Here now joining us, Steve Forbes, Forbes Media Chairman. Great to see you, Steve.
Good to be with you.
So this has bipartisan support. I think this part of the spending actually does fix bridges and roads and tunnels and what have you. Do you support this bill? Do you think it's going to get across the finish line?
Oh, I think it'll get across the finish line, and it does have some actually useful things like fixing bridges and tunnels. Also has a lot of other stuff like mass transit that has been shown is a waste of money. So it has plenty of pork in there. And but the fact is that they got out that horrible IRS provision, giving the green light to the IRS to paw through our bank records and the like. And the price tag, at least, is nominally below what it was originally. But it's still, by standards pre-pandemic, huge, as Donald Trump would have said, huge. And we have to see the actual stuff that they put in this bill, how much actually does go for bridges and the like. And one other thing to note, Ashley, is that it's amazing. 65% of infrastructure in this country is the private sector. You don't have a crisis there because in the private sector, you take care of what you have.
Yeah, that's no coincidence. All right, another one for you, Steve. Free cash for everyone. How about this for a concept? Democrat Congresswoman ILHAN OMAR introducing a bill today that would create a guaranteed income program in the U.S. to send $1,200 a month directly to most Americans. I know you love that one, right?
Yeah, right. You want to hurt the economy and blight the lives of millions of people. What it would do is really virtually undo, more than undo, the welfare reform of 1996, which really put millions of people back on the path to productive lives and still had a very effective safety net for those who really needed it. In this case, it's not just the $1,200 a month, it's the $600 per child. So you have two people in the household, 3 kids, they'll get almost $50,000 a year for starters. You think the unemployment bonus we have today is keeping people out of the workforce. Wait till you have $40,000 or $50,000 a year. It's an economy wrecker and a people wrecker. That's why it should be just tossed aside. But the fact they're resurrecting it shows these people on the far left are still very much out there like monsters from a swamp. They keep coming.
They do. Can you imagine $1,200 a month? There'd be a lot of people sleeping on a lot of sofas during the day. All right, this one, Steve. Sticker shock slamming consumers. We know this. Now Procter & Gamble, maker of household products like Pampers diapers and Tide detergent, posting a sales gain, but predicting slower sales and historically high costs for raw materials and transportation in the year ahead. This is, of course, price hikes picking up and the COVID crisis continues. I mean, inflation, Steve, how damaging could it be to the economic recovery?
Well, it could be very damaging. The inflation we're seeing now is a combination of underestimating what happens when you totally disrupt supply chains, as we did during the pandemic, and may be ready to do it again with some of these bureaucrats. And in terms of with the Fed printing too much money last year. Now, this year, the Fed has been playing a lot of games, the Federal Reserve, and trying to prevent an avalanche of new money into the economy. They have this device called reverse repos, which means, in effect, they've sucked out $900 billion. But how long they can continue with such gimmicks is very much of an open question. So if they pass these big spending bills, not the $3.5 trillion one that they are going to try to do after the infrastructure bill, but we really know it costs $5.5 trillion, and the Federal Reserve runs out of gimmicks from printing money to finance all this stuff, yes, then you're going to see the old classic kind of inflation next year, a weak dollar, rising interest rates, weakening economy like we had back in the 1970s. It was called stagflation. So dust off that word, look it up again, because that's what they're potentially brewing if the Democrats get their way. Hopefully they won't. But in these times, you can't bet on anything.
When you say stagflation, I think Japan, right?
That's right. Japan, as you know, once upon a time had one of those vigorous, innovative economies in the world. It's been dead in the water for years and years and years. And so they have the low interest rates. They have a stagnant economy. And that's not what we want here. We need innovation to have a higher standard of living. And that's where things like this minimum income, where do they get the money? They get it from savings that could have gone to give us a higher standard of living for everyone.
I don't know. Do you think the economy, as some would have you believe, has peaked? I thought September, when people have to go back to work and people go back to, kids go back to school, people go back to offices, maybe we'll get a nice push in September. What do you think?
Well, that's what we could have looked forward to, but you saw what happened in the second quarter, the disappointing number there. Business investment is slowing, not only because of real supply chain problems, but also the uncertain environment that the Democrats have introduced and what they're trying to do to this economy. And you saw it in energy. We want OPEC to increase oil production, but we don't want oil production or pipelines here. Rather bizarre, but that's the kind of environment we're living in today.
It is indeed. We'll have to leave it there on that happy note. Steve Forbes, have a great weekend. Thanks for joining us.
You too. Thanks, Ash.